here's a little trick. We got a can of carburetor cleaner. It's got the top broke off. Got as much out, but there's still a little bit in there. How do we get that out? Okay, we got to get as much pressure out of here as you can and get all the fluid drained out. As far down as you can. Now this thing is going to be back and forth because this can is not filled with air. It's filled with some kind of freon. So you get it down. There's zero pressure, but the can just cooled down. Now we release the valve. It's sealed. That vapor is going to see the can's cold. I can feel it. So it's going to warm back up. Excuse me. And it's going to start building pressure again. And it'll do this, see, a couple, 3 times. So you don't want to poke a hole in this until you get this thing really run down with pressure. The other thing you can do is squeeze and crush the can. When you oil can the side of this, it can then suck a little bit of air in there and you can rinse out the freon type of stuff that's in there. So yeah, there's a couple ounces in there. Okay, I think I can poke a hole in here or drill a hole. I got my fence pliers. One of my favorite tools in the whole world is fence pliers. So we can poke a hole in here. I'm going to do that off camera. Again, don't want to set a bad example or get kicked off of YouTube for doing something unsafe and blowing myself up. Okay, now there's a couple little nuances to poking a hole in a can and getting to drain it out. If you dent the can in, there's going to be a little ridge around there to try to dump that out. So what I did was I used the pointy hook end of that, and then I lifted one side. So I'm going to be able to drain this down really, really, really good. Get all of that into the can, or got all of it into the tank, all of it out of the can without having to go back and forth with the freon heating up, expanding and contracting. I oil canned mushroomed to crush the sides in. So, and it's going to take a minute to get it all out of there. And we're still draining out the bottom with that nasty, ooky stuff there. This thing is going to be cleaner than cleaner than clean. I also propped up the wheels on the back of there. I think I got it all. Also, I propped up the wheels with a piece of wood underneath there, so the tank has an absolute positive flow down to this end where it's exiting through the tube. Now we can rock it back and forth this way, and the fuel that's all the way at the end of this tank is going to go back and forth, spiral around, go out there and get every bit of this nasty stuff out that we possibly can.